You'll see how to change a headliner on a Chrysler 300 or Dodge Charger specifically. This is similar to other car manufacturers, especially in the Chrysler Dodge Jeep family. This has been a highly requested video, so I'm going to show you completely how to do it in an as most efficient way possible, including all the tools you'll need. This will be broken up into two parts. This is the first part, removing the headliner. The second part, I'll leave in the description below. I highly recommend checking out the other video on installing it, as you'll learn how to put the headliner back in properly, as well as all the torque specs and all the tools you'll need, and other helpful tips along the way. I want you to be able to do this as quickly as possible. I'll quickly mention all the tools you'll need, and I'll also leave these in the description below. Surprisingly, you'll only need about 13 tools to get this job done. You'll need a ratchet wrench, a torque wrench, breaker bar, surprisingly only one socket, that being a 10mm socket, needle nose pliers, pry bar, flat tip, and Phillips screwdriver. You might need a soldering iron, and you might not. Obviously a power drill, and a couple of torque bits, such as a T50, T15, and T25 bit, and insert bit adapter. Surprisingly, these are the only tools you need to remove the headliner. You should also have a pen, paper, or sticky note to label all the parts you take off, including the screws. Very important. You don't want to lose anything, so you need to be very, very organized with all these parts, because it's a lot. So make sure you properly tag them all and organize all the parts that are removed, and to make sure you're putting everything back correctly. Now I'm going to quickly mention what I'm going to do to remove the headliner, and then I'll actually show you. There are a total of 8 parts that need to be removed, and I made separate videos on each one if you would like to see it. I'll leave in the description below. Anyway, the parts that need to be removed is the sun visor, the overhead console, the A-pillar, the upper B-pillar, the grab handlebar, the C-pillar, upper and lower, and you got to remove the rear seat, and obviously the headliner. So, to give you some insights, this took me days to put this together, counting recording and editing this. But the purpose of doing this headliner project is so you can do it in about 2 hours instead of what would normally take over 4 hours to do. So let me and others know in the comments below how long it actually takes you to do if you decide to do this. Also, if you could like this video, that would be great, and help me out by subscribing to this channel. You'll continue to learn how to fix your car yourself for free, and no dealership or mechanic is required. With that being said, let's start. In terms of the order on which to take off the parts, it's really up to you. I'm going to start, however, with the sun visor first. First, we want to get rid of all the screws by the sun visor. Using a power drill and a torque T15 screw bit, remove the 3 screws that hold up the sun visor. Do that for both sun visors. Okay, move the sun visor over, get the last screw. While holding the sun visor, pull it down gently, the wire. You may have to tug it out or kind of wiggle it out in this triangle-like area. There we go, got it. Then push the release tab. You may have to use a pointed tip, needle nose pliers, or screwdriver to remove with ease. Once you remove it, do the same thing on the other side. Quickly remove the sun visor clip or holder. You'll use either a T15, T20, or T25 bit to remove this. Here's how the hole looks. And do it on both sides. Go around this. Now remove the overhead console, which is easy. There are 3 snap clips that hold this in place. Use a flat blade screwdriver or pry bar and go around here to lightly disengage it. There we go. Got it. So once you're done prying it, as you can see, These are the 3 clips. That's the wire right there. Now to release this wire from the overhead console, you'll have to press this button or flap, which might be hard. So I'm going to use a pointed tip or a flat tip screwdriver and wedge this out while pushing downward pressure on the flap. I'll show you a better view once I take it off. I'm going to need 2 hands for this. So a nice little helpful tip, now that I got it off, you're going to use the flat tip and just pry it, push it, keep pushing it, and while doing that, you're also holding this piece right there with my thumb. It's a little hard to see right now, but you just hold that and wedge back and forth with your flat tip. Let's remove the A-pillar, grab a flat tip screwdriver and pry it back, and now lightly pull it. It's still connected by a black connector piece. There are 2 spring clip retainers as well. Here is the top version and side version of this unique black clip. So I'll take it out and then show you a better visual and explain how to undo the black clip shortly. Okay, this is a springy-like clip or tab on each side. Just squeeze it and pull gently. Now wiggle the A-pillar out. So this is what you couldn't easily see, but this spring clip, just squeeze it and then pull the A-pillar out. It's a lot simpler than it looks. So there is a connector on this side that has to be removed. It controls all the interior lighting, I believe. Now disengage the wire harness. It's a clip and just pull it out. Pretty simple. I should also mention the other side does not have a connector, which is normal. Next, we will remove the upper B-pillar. Again, like all parts that are removed on this car, check the description below to gather and know what tools are needed for each part. First, remove the seatbelt cover plate with a flat tip screwdriver. Just wedge it. There you go. Next, grab a Torx T50 bit. Make sure you also have the right adapter for it. And unscrew it from the belt holder. If you're having trouble getting this Torx T50 screw bolt off, you can try something else, and that's using the soldering iron. The reason why I'm using the soldering iron is because there's thread locker behind here, and it's just not allowing me to get it off the bolt with ease. And I don't want to strip the threads any further on this bolt. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat this screw up with a soldering iron for a good minute or 2. Grab your Torx T50 bit and the longest breaker bar we got. Got it. Excellent. Now switch to a smaller ratchet. There we go. And I'll just leave that there now. So see that blue thread locker? That's why I heated it up. And also that's why you're going to want a breaker bar that will give you a lot more pressure to get the threaded bolt off. Remove the bottom 2 screws first, then pull towards you the lower pillar so you can unscrew the last screw behind here, which I already took out. You may need a smaller screwdriver to get this, and keep your hand underneath so you don't drop it. And finally, just slip the upper B-pillar off. There we go. Okay. Next, we need to remove the rear handlebar. To do that, we're going to remove the screw here and 1 screw here using a T25 Torx bit. I'll put all the tools and parts in the description below. Now, to see the back of it, There's a clip right here. We just need to disengage this. So if you spin the handlebar around, you'll see a tab. You're gonna pry this upwards. You're gonna put your flat tip right here on the inside, pry it up, and then pull it off. Now that it's off, it's a little easier to show, but quick tip, use a thinner, smaller flat tip, and you're just literally pushing this upwards and then pull it out. Now for the easiest and fastest part to take out the entire rear back seat. Right here on the bottom, put your fingers right here. You'll feel it. You can do it right in the center if you want. Just pull. That's one side. Let's go to the other side. Right here. You just literally pull it straight up. Okay. There we go. That's the seat. Take it out of the car so you have space. Just pull it. It's as easy as that. Next, I'll remove the upper and lower C-pillar. Again, if you want, you can see a more detailed version of this in the description below with its tools. You need space, so pull the seat down. Use a ratchet and a 10mm socket to remove this top ball that secures the side bolster. After taking the screw out, there's a clip right behind her. You're going to just firmly pull it out. You'll even see a little groove right here. You can put your fingers here and just pull it out firmly. But first, here is a top view, and behind the bolster is a push clip. Either squeeze it or use a flat tip to push down on it. Now get in position and notice the position of my hands. Pull the side bolster out towards you while squeezing the clip. Now, you should be able to remove this with ease. Just grab this side bolster. Now there's a screw right there, and another one down there. Unscrew those. Grab that screw. Might be good to have a magnetic bit instead to get these screws out so you don't drop them. Now for the bottom one. Okay, let's open the door and go ahead and grab this, pull it out. Now to remove the upper C-pillar, use a flat tip and pry it out. Also use your fingers to pull it out. Now to pull this out. Got most of the clips out, just one left in the back. I'll just keep wiggling it and it will come out. There we go, got it. Slide this down. If you want to remove this part of the C-pillar, the best way to do that and not remove the full buckle, best way to do that is by going after that screw. Grab a Torx T50 bit and a breaker bar. If you can't get this off right away, you can also heat it up with a soldering iron to break loose the thread locker that's on her. Or you could use a power drill. Now slide the C-pillar down the seatbelt. There we go. To review, all these parts must be removed from the headliner on both sides. The grab handlebars, the sun visor and holder clip, the overhead console, and all 6 pillars, A, B, and C, in addition to the complete back seat. Now think about space when removing this. First, pull the seats out. Now recline the front seats, both of them, all the way back. Pull the seat forward. Right here at the front, you're going to grab this and just pull it down. There's some clips. There might be clips on the side. You might have to remove the trimming as you do it. But start with the front. Don't mind this wire. This was from a backup camera. Okay. down. I'm just trying to give you an idea of how it looks. See that wire? Push that over. And you can see there's actually some glue on here. So it's going to hang a little bit from the cord, which is why we're going to grab this real quick. And then go around the entire vehicle and make sure nothing else is connected before we pull it off. So make sure all the wires are not hanging, like that one is right there. And just keep going around looking for any wires that may be attached to this. Unit can't come down if it's attached. Again, very important. If it's not coming down all the way, then it's probably hanging on by the cord. So just make sure you loosen it right where the overhead console sat on. This bracket piece right here. Anyway, with that being said, let's finish it up. Go to the back. It's good to have someone else here. As you can see, I got one portion down now. Still doing the rear. Very important, there's a black square retainer clip in the back or rear of the headliner. You need to push or press it so it gets released. Then the headliner should fall down with ease. Right here, this square retainer clip piece, you'll have to be patient with this. Now I got it down, now I gotta get it out. Okay, now I'm gonna take out the headliner. They say you're supposed to take it out through the right rear door, so I will try doing it that way. And fold it slightly because I got it. You need to maneuver to get this out. Bend it, angle it, and lightly fold it. Kinda like a taco. It would be very helpful to have a partner for this. Notice how I put my hand through the center or middle of the headliner to better bend it. Okay. So this is how the headliner looks. Wasn't that hard after all. It took about 3 minutes, but it's good to have a helper so you can kind of bend it a little bit, kind of halfway fold it, then you can get it out. But notice all the wires on here still, and some of the glue that's holding the wires in place. Anyway, place it aside. It's good. This is how it looks with the headliner removed. My thoughts are not a hard removal project to do, just time consuming. Having all the tools and a partner will make this job faster. Anyway, let me know in the comments below your thoughts on this video. Mention anything you think would make this project easier to do, like if you think the rear door or headrest should be removed as well. Any feedback or input to me or the other viewers is greatly appreciated. And that's what these videos are about, to help others and share best ideas or ways of doing things like this in the most efficient way possible. Finally, if you didn't already, please like and subscribe and share this video with others so they can have a better understanding of the many components that hold up the headliner, and just to better understand the handling process that goes into the building of the top portion for all cars. I'll leave detailed versions of these parts being removed with its tools in the description below, and you can check out the many repair videos on this channel. Until next time, thanks for watching, and when you're ready to reinstall, check out part 2 of reinstalling the headliner. Remember to think how to fix your car yourself to save money and learn, and how you too can help others. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and comment below.